I'm Sarah, and my husband Steve and I have two daughters. One of them, Emerson, was born in 2015, and she passed away in 2016 at 16 months old from type 2 Gaucher's disease. And then we have a 7-month-old named Margot, who's healthy. And Emerson we lived in Seattle when she was born, and we had a completely healthy pregnancy, completely healthy delivery. We didn't think we had any reason to be concerned. In the first 6 months of her life, everything seemed to be developing normally. We were in baby groups and doing all the stuff, and she was just one of the other babies, and nothing seemed to be amiss. But then around 6 months old, she started to show some symptoms of some motor skills not developing the way that we would expect. There was just all these ways to explain away what might be happening. And so our biggest worry was that maybe she had, some sort of delay that we were going to have to figure out and work with. Around that time, we moved back to the East Coast to be closer to family. And so then there was about a month or two where we really were in transit. So we weren't really around a lot of other kids, and we weren't really seeing her next to other babies. And so we just thought we were all tired. She was tired. She seemed a little low energy. But then around 7.5 months old, we were starting to get really concerned about her, that she was having some motor skills that she had gained. She was starting to lose. She had started to crawl, but then she wasn't anymore. So we had a new pediatrician. We moved to the East Coast of Vermont, and we brought her to that pediatrician, and right away she was pretty concerned, and she thought that she felt a mass in her abdomen, and our first concern was that she might have a form of cancer or something going on. So we were admitted directly to the hospital from that appointment. And then after lots and lots of testing, I think we were there for a week or so, it was discovered that what she had was type 2 Gaucher's disease, which is a very rare genetic condition that we didn't know we were carriers of. And it's always it's degenerative. It's always fatal within the first few years of life. There's no cure, there's no treatment. So obviously that was just a massive shock to us that this was happening. In June of 2016, she did pass away from her disease. And after that, we had really planned to have another child pretty soon. We wanted to have, even before we knew she was sick, we knew we wanted to have another child. And we're not 25. You can edit that out. But so we were thinking, like, well, even before we knew she was sick, we were like, well, we could try and have another child like right away. People have kids like within the same year. But then once we knew she was sick, we really felt like we needed to, and we knew that her life wasn't going to be long. We really focused all of our energy on caring for her, thinking that we would get to having another child later on. After she passed away, we waited a few months and decided that we wanted to try to have another child. That led to a pretty long process that we didn't expect, of not being able to have not being able to get pregnant. And then last year, we unexpectedly found out that I was pregnant with Margot after a long process of trying to get pregnant. So we were really, thrilled, but it was also really complicated.